Having a little, there, we're good. So good afternoon, morning, or whatever it is, doesn't really matter. We're all discombobulated with this awesome weather, and we've got some other things that'll throw us for a loop coming this weekend with the time change and all of that. But it's just another sign of nature just doing what it does and things that we can't control. So we'll just kind of see what we can let go of for the next half an hour and a bit, and just have a good time. This is a flow express class, so it's pretty active. Flow vinyasa just means that we're moving with our breath, trying to be mindful, embodied energy, and making any adjustments to ramp it up or slow it down and back it off that feel right today. Don't need any props. I always have something underneath my knees, but other than that, anything that you like to use, feel free. We're going to start actually on our knees in child's pose. There'll be the sound of a gong just to get us in the mood, but to come into the pose at first, on the knees with the big toes together. You can have your knees close together as well, or you can make some room for the belly. Letting the arms reach forward. If you have something that you like to put underneath your forehead, or you can just stack your hands one on top of another, or your fists, so that you can come into this posture of surrender for the next minute or so. Here we go at the sound of the bell. Allowing that sound vibration to set the tone for switching gears from all of the activities of earlier this morning, all of the perhaps agitation, restlessness, or planning, making agendas for later in the day. All of that just dropping into this posture, which really symbolizes putting the head down on the desk and just saying, I'm taking a break. I've had enough. Just checking out of so much of the attachment to mental activity and coming into the physical realm of sensations in the body. So feeling the length of the breath, take a few deeper breaths. The sensations of the thighs compressing a little bit, the lower lungs, and some expanding in the back. Noticing where you might be holding or accumulating some tension from the morning in the face and the jaw, around the eyes. Taking a few more breaths here just to let the energy simmer and settle a little more into the support of the earth. So feeling the body in this posture. And then we'll just start to move a little bit here, shifting into a tabletop shape and squeezing the shoulder blades together to come into a cow, letting the belly drop and the tailbone lift. Press into the palms and peel the belly in towards the back and let the head, neck, and shoulders just go. Moving with the breath, letting that anchor into the body to come forward into cow. And exhale to curve it up into that flexion, into cat. Let's do another one to come through. Squeeze shoulder blades, inhale. And exhale, take it into cat. And then keep the hips over the knees this time. Let's take the puppy pose or extended child. So walk the hands further forward. You might bring the hands a little closer together. The thumbs might
meet the forearms coming down. The forehead doesn't have to land on the floor. It might settle on the floor. Feel a lot of action underneath the scapula, wrapping the upper arm bones towards each other. Keeping most of this action in the upper back and the thoracic spine. So keep on affirming the lower belly in towards the lumbar spine. And let's take 3 just long, slow breaths in through the nose and with the lips parted. You might hear a little bit of sound or just that breeze, that affirmation of carbon dioxide and leftovers leaving the body. One more time. And exhale. Let's walk the hands over to the left. So come up a little bit, crawl quite a ways around, and find some of the cat curve in your spine as you drop your weight back towards your right heel. And then come forward on that diagonal again. Breathing in and then settle the hips back. One more time, forward on the diagonal. And then settle the hips back. Let's take a couple breaths on that side. Start to send a little more weight over towards the right. Maybe your right bum cheek falls right off of the right ankle as you bring the left hand beside your left hip and start to move it to a side stretch, coming more upright. Taking a few big circles with that right arm as you sit the hips off towards the side. Big circle for one more inhale in this direction. And then switch it up. You can bend the elbow or straighten the arm and just explore the movements in the thoracic spine. Reach up here. Inhale. And then exhale, bring that hand back on the diagonal and walk through center and on over towards the right. Shift forward on the diagonal to the right, inhale, and then exhale, take it back towards the left. Go with what your body wants here, forward on the diagonal. May not come too far back. Once more, inhale. And exhale into the side stretch. Let's take full breath, 2 full breath cycles there. Now you could stay or sit right back, even off the left hip a little bit, and slide your right hand beside your right hip as you come up and into the side stretch on the second side. Breathing in and out, letting the left sits bone heavy a little more to the left. Circle out that arm. Maybe open and close the hand or circle around the wrist. Oh, I just heard a big crack. And then the other way. One more time into the side stretch. Exhale. Walking over to the diagonal on the right and then come through center and right into a tabletop shape. Let's take it one more time into child's pose. Exhale. And then tabletop on the inhale. Let's work with the hands a little bit. Maybe we've been tapping on our phone. And so spin the fingers to the side or to face directly back towards yourself, whatever sort of an angle you can manage, and you can adjust the hands to be a little further forward or closer back towards your knees, shifting the weight. Side to side little circles with the hips. If you're comfortable spinning the fingers right back towards the knees, make a little bend in the elbows. Slowly start to peel back the base of the palm, the thumbs. Give a little wiggle there. Just feel that stretch out. And then come all the way back. And take the backs of the hands together now and press really firmly. Make fists with the hands. Just keeping the elbows lifted and press there for 2 breath cycles. Release the arms, give them a shake, flick the fingers, play the musical instruments. And then take it to hands and knees again. We'll curl the toes under now. So press the palms, inner palms, wrists under shoulders, and lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Pressing out through the finger bases, right up to the fingertips. And your heels might be floating quite high. That's okay. We're finding that length again along the spine and opening up the communication centers between the spine and the brain that may get compressed when we're sitting a lot or protecting ourselves. Take an inhale there. And exhale, we'll shift forward to plank and tap the knees down. On the next exhale, lower all the way down to the ground and stretch the legs back. Bring the fingertips a little wide. You can come right off your mat and peel the heart forward into a gecko shape. Keep the legs strong, so press into the tops of the feet. Working on some length here through the front body and contraction in the back body, especially underneath the scapula. Let's take the left shoulder and drop it so you can look underneath the right arm. Elbows stay lifted. Breathe in, center. And the exhale takes us over to the other side. Right shoulder drops. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhaling, switching the gaze. Inhale and exhale. Through center one more time. Breathing in, and the exhale lowers. Bringing the hands to the low ribs. Now squeeze the elbows close into the body so your forearms are brushing the body. And peel it into a baby cobra. Pulling energetically back through the palms. And they might even lift up a little bit, just to accentuate that reversal of the rounding of the shoulders. For another breath there. Exhale, lower. Press the palms, lifting up through the belly, and let's take it into downward facing dog again. You can always just go with a puppy pose or come back to a child's pose. High on the tiptoes, inhale. And then exhale, walk it forward to plank again. Let's take a couple extra breaths in this plank pose. And if you prefer to be on fists or come down to the elbows for a forearm plank, you can always tap the knees down as well. Let's take another breath there. Go ahead and tap the knees and then lower in one piece. Moving in through the cobra again with the fingers just behind the heads of the shoulders, or you can go with the gecko if your shoulders are tight. Exhale, lower, slide the hands back and press through table. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll bring the big toes together and press up and back through the right foot, stretching out the right leg, the front of the hip, having that leg pretty active, pressing out through the heel. You might be lifted on the left heel and have a bend at the left knee. I find that helps to square the hips up. One more breath there. Bring the right knee towards the nose, lift the heel to the bum, and just look forward a little bit. And let's step the right foot up and stretching out through that whole back line, left side, hamstring, knee, ankle. Let's inhale in this low lunge. And exhale, tap the back knee down and reach the arms up for crescent lunge. Settling the hips so the arms can reach straight up, or you can take a cactus shape. Just add your own touches. One more breath. Exhaling to take the hands down on either side of the front foot. Pick up that back knee again. We'll step back to plank pose now. And shift forward your plank pose. Tap the knees and exhale to lower. Coming through a back bend, cobra, gecko, or if the hands are a little further back and it's comfortable for you to take upward facing dog, kneecaps will be lifted. Exhale, lower. Palms pressed through table and downward facing dog again. Let's take the left leg up and back. And same thing here, you might be way up on the ball of the right foot and pressing back through the left heel, trying to find level in the shoulders. Draining the contents of the brain. One more breath. Left knee towards the nose, shoulders lift, looking just ahead of the hands, ahead of where you're going, and stepping that foot up. Settling into a low lunge, pressing out through the back heel. Take a couple breaths here. Slowing it down. Use the breath as a way to anchor the attention into body, into this moment. Tap the right knee down and reach the arms up for Crescent Lunge. Breathing in. Spending a little time here. If you'd like to change your arm position, cactus, or clasp the hands behind the back if you're feeling more shoulder opening for one more inhale. And exhale. Let's bring the hands down. Pick up the back knee again. Lean into the palms. So the arms are really strong, supporting the body to step to plank. And we'll shift through. Inhale, exhale, tap knees. Lower down in one piece. And then choose your back bend. Breathing in for that and exhale to lengthen forward and down. Press palms to lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's settle here for 3 breaths. Maybe notice anything that might be shifting. Energy, that's 1. Seeing if you can just embody this posture, this energy. High on the tiptoes. We'll start to travel towards the front. With the feet walking up towards the hands and inhale there. Fold on the exhale. Press into the feet and come all the way up, breathing in. Exhale, trace the center line. And pause for a moment in Samastitahi. Doing a few shoulder loops. Grounding through the feet. And then coming right into Utkatasana. Sending the hips back, drawing the belly in. Reaching the tailbone back, and then a little bit of a cinching down of the ribs as the arms reach forward, shoulder height. Or you might send your gaze up towards the heavens. You're still wrapping the upper arm bones towards each other. Lots of strength in the legs for one more breath here. And fold on the exhale. Let it go. Lifting the chest halfway, inhale. And exhale to fold. Let's step the left leg back again. Let's take a breath in the low lunge here. Inhale. And then pivot the back foot so the back heel is on the floor. Right heel in line with the back heel or the back arch, hugging the right hip into center. We'll start to take the left arm up, and with the strength of the legs and the core, come up into Warrior 2. And then straighten both legs, both arms, inhale. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, both legs, both arms, lengthen. Exhale, Warrior 2. Let's come up this time to straighten everything out, and then drop the left arm down for reverse Trikonasana. Start to bend through the front knee. Keep that shape in the upper body. Lengthening the right inner thigh and tracking the knee over the baby toe. Good. Let's come back through Warrior 2 now. Inhale and reach forward, looking for side angle with the right elbow at the thigh, or you can reach the hand further down the leg or to floor if you like, or if you use blocks. And take the left arm towards the ceiling. Option to reach the fingers forward, hugging that upper arm bone down, connecting into the body. Energetic line from the left heel to the left fingertips for one more breath. Good, let's come back through warrior two, working that right hip. And then pivot the back heel, reach both arms up for a high lunge, breathing in. Let's cactus the arms and bend both knees, exhale. Straighten both legs, inhale. Exhale, bending, inhale. Come on up, last time. Let's bend that knee. And then tap it down there. We'll bring the left hand to the floor and turn the right toes out a little bit, adjusting. So you can slide your left knee back a little more or put some padding underneath there. And then open up the right arm, reaching for the back wall. And you can stay there or bend the right knee, reaching for the foot, but not straining to grab for it. So it may just be working that hamstring to open up the front. So as on the left side for another breath, releasing that leg. And bring the hands forward again. Let's walk the hands on the outside of the foot into center. So walk the foot a little bit into center. Face this way. And let the sole of the foot start to come up as you rock your hips over towards the right. And shift through a couple of those side to side movements. Just getting into the hip and using the breath to ground into present sensations. Back through center, back to the low lunge, picking up the back knee. And then we'll press up and back, downward facing dog. Let it go out through the mouth. You might notice sensations of heat or tingling or more length on one side. And take a break here or child's pose or come through another flow to plank and to lower knees up or down in one piece. Lengthen out through the back bend, breathing in. Exhale, just going into breath, whether you're still or moving. Energy is in the breath. Meeting in downward facing dog. High on the tiptoes, breathe in. And exhale, walk towards the front. And come up halfway, inhale. And fold on the exhale. Drop the seat, reach the arms, inhale. And exhale, come back up to stand. So let's do the second side. We'll just flip around so that I'm moving in this way. Utkatasana on the inhale and coming into that fierce pose for a couple breath cycles here. And then belly to thighs, fold, exhale. Halfway lengthen, breathing in. Exhale, let it go. This time with the hands on the floor, we'll step the right leg back. And just take a breath in that low lunge, inhale. Exhale, belly draws in. Pivot the right heel towards the floor and just adjust so your left heel is in line with the arch or with the right heel. Hugging the left hip into center. Really finding your feet, the arch on the right foot, the outer edge of the right foot as you springboard off that platform to come into warrior two. Lengthening the left inner thigh. Spreading across the collarbones and just being with it all. Okay to feel everything here. Let's straighten both legs and arms, inhale. And then exhale, warrior two. Lengthen on the in-breath. And exhale, take your seat. Reach up, inhale, stay with that, and then right arm drops into reverse Trikonasana. Bending through the left knee now for exalted warrior. Staying connected with the right foot, leg, and then warrior two. Inhale. Reach it forward. We're aiming for side angle pose with the elbow resting lightly on the thigh or reaching the hand further down the leg. And then reaching the right arm up to ceiling or fingers forward to make that long line of energy. Not so concerned about what the pose looks like. Just feeling, tone, emotional, physical, energetic. Let it be. Deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale back to warrior two. And so we'll take high lunge now, pivot on the back, heel, a bit of balance there. And then exhale, bend knees, bend arms, cactus. Straighten both legs, inhale. And exhale to lower. Feel like you're reaching up for something. And then pulling it back down and just hover there. Tap the back knee down, use whatever padding you like. And then we'll bring the right hand to the floor, a little bit wide with the fingers out. Start to turn the left toes on a safe 30 or 45 degree angle and slide the right knee back a little bit so you get more of a stretch in that front hip. You can stay there or bend the right knee, reach back, maybe just wishing. And it's okay just to be here. Lots of work. This is maybe harder than if you can grab the foot. One more breath there. And exhale. Bring the hands forward again. And we'll just switch it up so the hands are on the outside of the left foot. You can bring the left foot into center a bit more. Come to the baby toe edge of the left foot and really strongly flex that ankle as you rock. Side to side. Let the head and shoulders go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just giving some healing to that big suitcase, holder of tension, accumulation in the hips. Low lunge again, wiggle it in, lean into the hands and press it up and back, downward facing dog. Stay for 2 breath cycles here, bringing things into neutral, left and right side. Coming together, meeting at the center line. Let's come to child's pose. Sitting back towards the heels, so back to where we started, resting the palms, fist on fist, or if you like, the hands can come down by your hips, and you might turn your head in one direction. If you're doing that, take a breath on one side, and then change the position, go to the opposite cheek or temple, and exhale. Slowly start to bring some weight back towards the heels and send the legs forward. With a little bend at the knees, plant the fingertips and lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together again. Legs can be really active. You can keep that bend at the knees. Try to keep a lot of space in the lower back, just inclining the heart with an uplift there, or reaching the hands forward to draw the ground back. I like to wrap my arms underneath my thighs and then press down a little bit. Just keep the legs active. There might be lots of breeze blowing underneath the thighs. So you feel a nice opening in the whole back line. Crown of the head extending towards the feet, heart as well. Next, inhale to come up. And bring the soles of the feet together. Shift yourself in a little bit, comfortably in. I'm still sitting up on my blanket, a little forward on the sits bones. I'll start to let the right knee lift, so the left leg drops down a little bit, trying to unhinge there. And I've got my right hand on the floor. Press with your left hand to roll the inner left thigh muscles away from center. Just resist back into that a little bit. So the right knee is really lifted. Breathing here. And then release, lean a little to the left. Let the left knee come up now and take the right hand, just massaging, encouraging that thigh hip area to unravel, unhook, ungrip. Back to center. You can keep the fingertips behind the back. Maybe slide yourself a little bit closer. Or take the feet and the hands and start to open them up a little bit. Contracting the outer thighs to find that length in the inner thighs. Setting the belly in the direction of the feet. And then just let the spine round, let the crown of the head draw towards the feet, softening the face and the shoulders for 3 breaths here. Maybe your arms, your elbows are connecting with your thighs. If they are, they can give a little press there as well. Just the weight, just gravity. Any pain in the knees, just back it right off. Use your hands to bring the knees back up. Or send the legs a little further forward. Last inhale. And exhale. Let the hands come back now and take the feet wide and drop the knees over towards the left. Press into the right shin. So you're lifting up through that right hip. Bring the right knee up. Inhale, the left knee follows. Press left shin, lifting the left hip up. Back through center, bringing the legs together, coming down on the forearms, and just bringing the knees in towards the chest, and then up towards the ceiling, in towards the chest. Let's do a few circles around, over to one side. You can hold the sides of your mat, just a little bit of a grip, and changing direction, taking it the other way. And then come back to center, squeeze the knees, lower down. And give yourself a hug around the thighs or on top of the shins and rock it out. Let the feet come to the floor. Your knees can be together, touching with the feet wide, with the arms lengthening and the palms rolling open, or the legs can just be stretched out. Last breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and we're moving into 1 minute of rest and digest. If you'd like to rest longer, please do that, only in keeping with our express class here. If you are needing to move on and finish the practice, in a moment you'll hear the sound of the bell once again. And take a big full body stretch out. And squeeze and tighten everything there. Even the face. Squeeze the face, all the muscles of the face together. And then exhale. Rolling over to one side and pressing up to take a seat. And just to mindfully seal the practice together. Coming to the front of the sits bones and resting the palms in the lap or at the heart center and giving yourself a bow of gratitude for this body, this breath, all of the things that are not considered and taken for granted and maybe even judged. A nod to each other as well for being on the journey, on the path, sharing the practice together today. May the merits of our efforts in some way benefit all beings everywhere. Namaste.